Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. Why don't you join me on a little walk in the forest while I give you a little update about the current proposal for the new health and hygiene rules that will be, if it will come to pass, they will be in effect from October till April. Yeah, because the autumn and the winter will be extremely dangerous again, because we know already what's gonna happen. Wink, wink. And that means our politicians are currently working on the new rules for autumn and winter, because the current legislation that is defining the current rules is running out on September, on end of September, I think. Yeah, and then from October 1st, we will have new rules. And let me tell you, these new rules are a very disgusting and very slimy variation of the rules we had. They are different in a key feature. And this is, in my opinion, the most prominent feature. And that is new. That is new. It is a new combination of rules. And let me explain to you what that is. So the health minister Karl Lauterbach and the FDP minister for legal affairs, Justizminister we call it, they came to an agreement. So the Justizminister, or Justice Minister, he is from the so-called, air quote, Liberal Party, and Lauterbach, of course, is from the Social Democrat Party. And the interesting feature here is that the Liberal Party guy said, I think it was during the election campaign last year, he said that all of these rules will definitely 100% end spring or April 2022. Yeah, that statement didn't age well, because here are the features and the key points of this new proposal. First of all, in the entirety of federal Germany, so on the federal level, it is valid that there will be mask mandates again on planes and for long-range traffic or public transport, like ICE trains and stuff like that. So long-distance trains. Not local trains yet, but long-distance trains. And also, you will have to wear masks, and you will have to take the product in certain certain areas, such as nursing homes and hospitals and so on. And that is also for the staff that works there, of course. So they will keep that up. Yeah? And then the federal states, they also can decide that there is a critical situation going on and we need to sharpen these rules. And then a federal state could decide by vote in parliament, and we all know which states will decide for that. Most of them will actually use that option, I'm sure. Then they can decide that even outside, if you cannot maintain a distance larger than 1.5 meters, you will have mask mandates outside of the house. Yeah, in fresh air. Crazy, absolutely crazy. And then they said now, if you have indoor settings such as restaurants or clubs or bars or cultural venues or activities like concerts indoors, then, and here comes the crucial point. This is new, and this is very dangerous and disgusting, I think. They say, if you have a negative test from the same day, then you can go in without wearing a mask. And the same is true for people who took the product no more than 3 months ago. So that means every 3 months you will have to take this jab, unless you want to wear a mask when you go to any indoor setting, like a restaurant, a pub, anything, cinema, whatever, everything that's indoor, basically. And that means either you surrender to these rules, like you get tested or you get the jab, or you are recovered, but that also 3 months, yeah, recently recovered, and then the cycle continues, or you wear a mask, you cover your face, and that means you can single out people and you can tell who is complying and who is not. So far, you couldn't see that, because so far the rule was, if you don't comply to these rules, or if you don't fit into one of these categories, they called this 2G for recovered and jabbed, and 3G for tested, recovered and jabbed, then you couldn't go in. Now they say you can go in, but you have to publicly show to everyone that you're untested and you're unjabbed and not recently recovered, okay? And that's new. And now you can actually single out people. Or you just stay at home. Well, you still have that option, but that is also in a way singling out people. Yeah? So I find that very idiotic also, because think about it. We know by now, all the studies show us that the masks, well, they theoretically work in the lab if you wear them correctly, but most of the people out there don't. Yeah, and so the masks, they're not 100% and not even 50% protection, probably, if at all. I don't know. I just think that most people wear them wrong, and they also come with some sort of dangers or side effects. So that's not ideal. And then we know that their product is not doing what they advertised that it does. I think we all know that by now. And in the beginning, and now they still act, and they make laws, and they propose laws that are still kind of suggesting or implying that the product does what they initially advertised it, which means sterile immunity. So think about it. If you want to go to a restaurant and you have the jab, you don't have to wear the mask. The assumption is that the mask helps somehow to prevent transmission, but we know that the jab doesn't help to prevent transmission. So let me rephrase that. Let me translate that into clear language. It means if you get the product, if you get the jab, you're allowed to transmit the virus. That's what that means. This is what the rule means. Yeah, if you're not jabbed or recovered or tested, then you have to wear the mask, which in their worldview, of course, helps something. Yeah, I don't know. And if you do these things, then you're allowed to spread whatever thing you like. I mean, just think about that and try to apply their own logic or use their own assumptions. Yeah, but I don't even think they thought about that. I think it is just, once again, I told you that these politicians seem to have some kind of sponsorship contract, some kind of arrangement with our dear pharmaceutical industry, and that means their job is to just make laws that bully people who don't take this product, that threaten them, that threatens their livelihood, their family, and so on, and also makes their private lives uncomfortable, so that they maximize the number of people in Germany who willingly or not, or reluctantly, or get bullied more or less into taking this product. Because I told you before in a previous video, a lot of it expires, has to be dumped, and in spite of that, they still order new products, different versions for supposedly different variants, whatever that means now in this context in autumn. They don't even know what will be going around by then. And also, they of course, they have an agreement with these companies that they will buy whatever they offer. They don't have any specifications. They just, whatever these companies offer them, they will buy it. Okay? And that is the whole goal. This is the whole story. They just want to maximize the profits. And once again, I have to say, there is no risk. There is no entrepreneurial risk for these corporations. They know beforehand that the governments will force the taxpayer to buy all that product, no matter if it's needed or if they know it will expire anyway, or if anybody wants it, doesn't matter. but so that it doesn't look that bad, you know, that they don't have to justify, oh, we just had to dump 5 billions worth of product. That's why they passed these laws that most people or many people will get this jab. And in recent months and weeks, not many people have taken the product or gotten a new jab. They're waiting, but yeah, once again, every 3 months. That's the new regime. Every 3 months. And this will go on forever. I'm telling you, they will not stop. I'm probably in 10 years, we still have these rules. And this is what me and many other people predicted already in 2020. This will not be, and I said that in the very beginning when I was, and I have to add this, when we didn't know anything for sure about this condition. And I would do it again. This is who I am. I am more on the careful side. And back then I said, "Ooh, we don't know what's coming. Maybe we should be a little more careful." And yeah, but I said from the very beginning, I don't accept, and I will never accept permanent changes to our way of life. But I already predicted that once the politicians will get this power, once they're getting used to these measures, these handles and knobs that they can turn in society, they will not let them go. Not easily, at least. So it will require some pressure to convince them to drop this. But we will see what happens in autumn. So this was my little summary. And there are some more rules. Yeah, so for example, if the states deem it necessary, they can also enact mask mandates in local public transport and not just long distance and stuff like that. And also, of course, schools, I think from 5th grade on, they will have mask mandates in class again. So the group that is not at all threatened, or at the least threatened to have any negative outcomes from this condition, they will be affected very heavily again. Little children, that is. Yeah, that is probably according to the designs of our politicians, that will be the permanent reality in Germany, at least during the cold month. I think that will be an annual thing now. It will not be just 2022-23. I think they want to do this every year now. Anyway, let me think what you have to say about that. And so long. Servus, Kameraden.